Marvelous hello, friends and loved ones, how are you today? So, D2 has been out in English for a little over a week now, which you'd know if you watched the last Demonic Compendium episode. And while I've not had as much time to play it as I would have liked, it seems as though anytime a new mobile game has me hooked, I decide to do one of these thoughts and impressions videos. So remember, this is not a full review. I don't claim to know all the ins and outs of the game yet. I'm just gonna talk about what I like, what I don't, and what caught my attention. So the basic premise of D2 is you, the protagonist, who is either a boy or a girl, and while the girl is super cute, I picked the boy, is just walking along staring at his phone. He suddenly wishes for some kind of adventure, where he is immediately pulled into some sort of alternate dimension? Where this old guy is all like, hey, wanna summon demons?
Why did I wish for this adventure?
So this old guy is the leader of a group known as the Liberators, which is why the game is called Liberation, and he recruits you into joining them as a Devil Downloader, or D2 for short. You quickly meet a few other Liberators, and you're ready to begin. D2 is both a gacha game and a Megami Tensei game, so if you're familiar with either, you've probably already got a good grasp on how things work. Unfortunately, the game has to assume that whoever is playing doesn't know how gacha games or MegaTen games work, so there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of tutorials and hand-holding, even for things you shouldn't need because you should have already done them. Even when I was already several fights into the game, they randomly decided to explain how MP works. If you've never played a gacha game, it's essentially a game where you're constantly trying to not just get all the units, but the best versions of all the units, with most demons ranging anywhere from 1 to 5 stars. There's also a huge amount of RNG to the game, so yes, if you're not careful with this game, like any gacha, it can be a money pit. I could easily imagine telling myself I'll just try to get one more new demon from the summoning portal as I throw in another $3. But like most gacha games, Fire Emblem Heroes being the last one I played, it's fun. It's fun to get new demons, to see what you're gonna get from your next summon. Being a series known for having so many demons, Megami Tensei lends itself really well to this genre of game. But of course, it's also a MegaTen title, and I have to say, this kind of feels like a best-of compilation from several different series. In many ways, it feels like classic Shin Megami Tensei. You've got the two battling factions in the Liberators and the Acolytes, the press-turn combat system which rewards clever thinking and punishes mistakes, even first-person dungeon crawling from the earliest games plays a role in this title. The characters in this game remind me of the folks I'd meet in the Devil Survivor title, in that they're all just a little too quirky to feel even remotely like real people. For example, our boss in the Liberators, MegaTen, is an afro-sporting steampunk YouTube rap star, or Rika here, who just wants to, and I quote, shoot my guns off while getting wasted. Hashtag life goals. Everyone certainly leaves an impression, but if you're looking for that down-to-earth realism a lot of people enjoy more from something like Persona, you're not going to find it here. I personally like the characters, and I've enjoyed getting to know them. Oh, and I do have to quickly mention that the character designs for this game were done by Tatsuro Iwamoto, who is best known for his work on the PSP dating sim, Sweet Fuse at Your Side. Oh, and also, you know, Ace Attorney! So yeah, seeing the character artist for my favorite game franchise designing characters for my second favorite franchise, it's kinda hard for me not to love it. Like in Devil Survivor, you can build a team of demons for each character you recruit, and you're free to use any character you've unlocked, not just the protagonist. The game itself even says you should just pick the character you like, so I enjoyed having the option. Unlike most MegaTen games though, the protagonist does not take part in the battle, with it being purely a demon-on-demon affair. The only other series I can think to do this is Demikid, so mark that down as another series this game draws from. The combat in this game is great. Like I said before, it's based on the press turn system, so it should be familiar if you've ever played Nocturne, Digital Devil Saga, or either of the SMT4 titles. The battles are quick, usually just a couple rounds, which is perfect for it being a mobile title. Got a few minutes on the subway? Clear part of a mission. Gonna be on the toilet for a bit? Get some quick demon grinding in. Like most freemium games, battles do cost energy, and if that gets depleted, yeah, you're gonna either have to wait or pay to keep playing. That's always just a wall you're gonna hit with games like this. The demon models themselves are absolutely gorgeous, and as some of you may recall, I have been geeking out since day one about how many brand new demons this game is bringing into 3D for the first time. You can even tell by my current team I was so excited to be using demons I've never seen like this before. I know most people probably don't care about this sort of thing as much as I do, but I'll always be thrilled to see new demons. I was even able to get Mermaid from Shin Megami Tensei 4. That's a Doi design! In 3D! And it's not Odin! So, overall, where do I stand on Shin Megami Tensei Liberation D2? Well, it's a gacha game, which I generally have a hard time staying invested in. Like, I don't really play Fire Emblem Heroes anymore. But I can tell a lot of care and attention went into this game to make it just as much a Megami Tensei experience as it can be. Battles are solid, the story is interesting enough, the characters are memorable, and the mechanics I expect, like fusion and dungeon crawling, are on offer here. It's a completely free game, so I see no harm in at least trying it out for yourself and seeing if it leaves a good impression on you. Now, if you'll all excuse me, apparently I need to collect a buttload of frogs.